Destiny, Rise of Iron. How good are pulse rifles? Anyway, pulse rifles are, were, and maybe still are in the meta from the Taken King. And since the Taken King, they're still awesome. Why, you might ask? Well, 1. HAWKSAW. 2. Grasp of Malik. And because of Rise of Iron, and then you have the Clever Dragon and the B25, B29 Party Favor, the Hopscotch Pilgrim coming back, and the Parthian Shot, the Waltz. Tons of other pulse rivals have come in. I'm probably going to take this damage type or archetype, whatever you want to call it, by 1. So, okay, let's start with the one I'm using here, the high rate of fire. I'd say that the Clever Dragon is very good because the recoil is just so good. While Grasp of Malik, when I used it, and the roll wasn't that great, so the recoil was kind of everywhere, but it still worked good. No, but the Clever Dragon, I'd say, is also a very good option, especially because it's a little bit more available from the Iron Banner. And then also, it has very good accuracy, and the roll I got is very good. And anyway, then we also have the Waltz of that same archetype, which is very good. I had a roll which had actually Head Seeker on it, which was absolutely amazing because with the recoil with this thing, you basically you kind of want to hit a few body shots or accidentally hit a few body shots, which basically makes you go ahead and get that extra headshot damage, which is very good and might speed up the time to kill. And yeah, anyway, now on to the medium. Well, actually, no, the HAWKSAW archetypes. The B29 is the only one I see, but HAWKSAW, the big guy himself, is still keeping it up there in the Crucible, but it's not really seen much because we have all these new guns. B29 Party Favor is not that common at all anyway. And plus, if you try to get a roll with the B29, it's kind of hard to get a good one. And then you go ahead into the, how do you call it, the medium or high, something like that. I'd say it's more like the high impact ones, which end up being the Parthian Shot and the Hopscotch Pilgrim, and I don't know what other one. And anyway, this archetype is doing very good. It's 2 to 3 bursts to the head. That's very good. And talking about bursts, I'm even using Nemesis Star, which you should use in PvE with a burst fire-ish mode. And yeah, I got destroyed. Anyway, like I said, the Hopscotch Pilgrim and the Parthian Shot are 2 very good options if you're going for the high impact, how do you call it, pulse rifles. Just gotta keep those headshots in line, and you're gonna be rocking around. And then you go ahead into the Hake pulse rifles, the ones that shoot 4 bursts. The only one I'd say that is kind of good is the Steel Medulla hard mode raid pulse rifle from the Wrath of the Machine raid. And now I haven't got my hands on it, but I've been killed by it a few times, and I saw somebody using it, and that thing looked like to be a laser rifle more than a Hake pulse rifle. And also with its Sign of 4 perk, you can actually get that extra damage on there, which is always useful. And yeah, and anyway, onto like companion weapons. Obviously, kind of depends on the game mode and the archetype you're using. If you're using low impact, you can probably get on the sniper, but if you're in supremacy, put on a shotgun. And if you're using the high impact, is it's a shotgun or sidearm or fusion. And for supremacy, well, shotgun. And I know that's a lot of shotgun spamming, but whatever. And I'd say from the HAWKSAW, you can go any way you want. It just kind of depends on you and the game mode, usually. Subclass also kind of depends on your style. I'm using Blade Dancer because, well, it's supremacy, and I like my Shinobu's Vow gauntlets. And, yeah. And, also, you always could trick shot with the, how do you call it, the Shade Step with Night Stalker. And then also do the throwing knife combo with good old gunslinger. But then also you might be a warlock or titan, so you can use their supers. Like if you run around with a shotgun, make a build with like the amazing shield on your titan, defender titan, and for a striker, get that Hadako Juggernaut shield and a shotgun. That thing's crazy. And then you also you can go ahead and I'd say stick to your teammates with low rate of fire, I mean high rate of fire pulse rifle, which is actually pretty good because your enemies do some damage to them, which is always good. But then also, if you're stuck in a 1v1, nobody's around you, you can always use a grenade or melee, or like if you have like a smoke or something. But yeah, you can do stuff like that to weaken the enemy's health to make your time to kill a smidge bit quicker. And or finish enemies that have been tucking underneath cover after you shot them a few times. But anyway, smack that like button, hit the sub, drop the comment, and I'll see you guys later for another video on my channel. I'm out of here.